It's a very beautiful day and I'm really excited because today it's our first episode of It's All About Parenting. This is your friend AJ and I welcome you to my channel Connecting with AJ, and we are going to start our episode with something that's like a seed that when planted right it turns into a beautiful plant, eventually a tree, and hopefully a big tree that gives a lot of sweet fruits. So, what is this seed? This seed is the foundation and something that's a must have. Without seed, you cannot, grow a beautiful tree. So, this seed is acceptance. So, what is this acceptance? Like, what do we have to accept? What do we have to accept is three things. Number one thing is age. Now, when you are a parent or a guardian or a grandparent or a coach, usually your age is somewhere in 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s plus. Your kid is still under 20s. So there is a big gap between your age and their age, and a lot of people forget that. So at a very minute level, very basic level, the age. So when we are dealing with kid, we just assume that they think just like the way we think. Now we have lived our life and we are living our life, and we have more experience in terms of dealing with people, dealing with situations, and based on that we build our own definitions and belief system. But kids who are new to this life, their mind is very open. They are curious and they are joyful and they are experiencing life as is. They don't have their definitions and their belief system. And I'm going to get into mental definitions and belief systems later. But even before we go into deep and heavy topics, we're going to start with the very basic knowing and accepting that I am a different entity, different human being, and my kid is a different entity, a different human being, a different soul. When you accept that at a very basic level, when you know, not just know, when you keep that in mind, when I'm dealing with my kid is not of the same age as me. My kid has not lived as many years as I have lived on this planet. And I'm not saying that the thinking and the thought and the mind is big or small. What I'm saying is you are unique in your own way. Your life experiences are unique in your own way because your life experiences happened in different environment, dealing with different people your kid might or might not deal with in their life. You are product of different kind of situations, permutation, combinations, and the kid is going to be different. So just knowing that this kid is not the same age as me, this kid has just started their life, just knowing that is the number one step, and that's the beginning of acceptance, where you accept it the way it is. Number two is my kid is unique in his or her own way. Now when I say unique, every kid is full of life. They have so many different kind of personality traits and so many different characteristics and so many different ways of doing things or ways of dealing with things or ways of interacting with things. Some kids are curious, some kids are into sports, some kids are into just just that human touch. Some kids are like they're learning and they're growing. Unless you actually look at your kid and observe your kid and cherish those good qualities in your kid, the things that are very unique, the way your kid sit, the way your kid stand, the way your kid talk, the way your kid run, so many things to observe. Unless you start observing your kid even before parenting, just observe your kid, just cherish the qualities, the beauty that they have inside and outside, you will not be able to accept. And it's very important accepting the facts, things that are there, and paying attention to that. That is a very, very basic, very, very basic thing. And the reason why I say that is, number third is the universal truth. Universal truth, the law of nature is, you cannot treat all different kind of, let's say you are into gardening and maybe you will understand it better. You cannot get apple from a mango tree. You cannot grow or take care of coconut tree the way you would actually take care of a apple tree, of an apple tree. So thing is, every tree is different. The way you grow them is different. The way you take care of them is different. The kind of fruit they would give is different. So as long as you accept that everybody in the world is unique, they have different qualities and they have a different purpose. Just knowing that and just accepting that is the third thing, that is something very, very important. And I'll give you an example. When you actually treat a tree that needs very less water and very less sunlight, but you have always heard that sunlight and water is very important, and you give them lots of water and put them in sunlight, you think that plant will survive. See, some plants can turn into beautiful tree even if you don't treat them right, and they can give fruits, but not most of them. If you don't give them what they need, not what you want to give, unless you give them what they need all their life, they cannot live a happy, long, fulfilled life. So that's a very basic. So what you want to do is, you want to identify a lot of things about your kid, you want to observe a lot of things, and you want to appreciate it. That's the very, very first step. And this is a very basic, very, very basic foundation. Unless we understand, unless we work on this thing, and that's the very first step. So today, what you do is, today when you actually see your kid after school, or when the kid come back from any camp, or just observe your kid, just cherish your kid, just enjoy the good things, the small little things your kid is doing, and the way they talk to their friend, the way they talk to you, the way they just look around, and then the way that they do things. Even if they're playing video game, don't worry about it. We will actually get into all that. Even if they're watching too much screen time, just observe them. Just accept the fact that you are different and your kid is different. Only then you will be ready, or you will be able to do the full justice to this role. The role is being a parent. So thank you so much for watching, and with that we are going to move to the next episode tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting. Slowly I'll hold your hand, we will go step by step, and I will nudge your thinking. My goal is not to tell you what is right and what is wrong. My goal is just to give you certain hints, and just to guide you a little bit, so that you observe and you see if what I'm telling you, and if you do those things, is it helping you becoming a good parent. So thank you so much for watching, and once again, this is your friend AJ with Connecting with AJ, and we will see the next step in the second episode tomorrow. Thank you.